The Premier confirms COVID shots will cost $100 each for almost every Albertan who wants one.
It's a huge barrier I think the government has put in place here.
Yet other provinces say they can provide it to us for free.
It's shameful and shocking.
Plus, Canada drops counter tariffs on some American goods.
The Canadian government will now match the United States.
Donald Trump promises that move will kickstart negotiations. And she applied to every medical school in Canada. She was accepted by them all.
Yeah, I'm really proud. I'm very happy that I could have achieved this.
The exceptional student who chose Calgary to do her training.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. Albertans who don't qualify for a free COVID-19 vaccine will have to pay $100 out of pocket. The province confirmed the price today and provided details on a two-part rollout starting this fall. Mark Villani has a reaction to the cost and why the Alberta government is not backing down on its policy.
Calman Herbath is living off his retirement savings, and the 85-year-old is worried he won't qualify for a free COVID vaccine.
Because I'm on a fixed income, and I only have so much money, and I'm always $1 short.
The province says the shot is free for healthcare workers, those with underlying conditions, and Albertans living in seniors' homes or receiving seniors' benefits. But Herbath is still out of luck.
Should be free.
It means everyone else in the province has to pay for a COVID vaccine. Alberta announced Friday that the cost will be $100 per dose this fall.
Making it more inconvenient for people to take care of their health for things that have previously been free is anti-science, right? And it's inequitable.
The Alberta Medical Association says Alberta's immunization strategy diverges from national recommendations. There are major concerns around pre-ordering, eliminating pharmacies from distribution, and potential charges for most Albertans. Immunization is a cornerstone of public health, and access should not be limited.
There's definitely some irony when we have this talk of separatism, this talk of Alberta being, left out and so on, to pass the buck to other jurisdictions.
It's shameful.
Meanwhile, some other provinces, including British Columbia and Manitoba, will offer COVID vaccines to all Canadian residents free of charge. Alberta's Federation of Labour argues that if Alberta can make the shot free for healthcare workers, why not other sectors?
Like education, like public transit, like meatpacking plants. That same logic should apply to every citizen of this province.
But Premier Smith says the issue is cost, and she's aiming to strike a balance.
Well, we'll try it this way. This year we are trying to mitigate costs because it is an expensive intervention.
I don't know if somebody really wants to take it and pay for it. I guess that's the way it is, but I think the shot was ridiculous.
And Mark joins us now. Okay, Mark, so Albertans who do want the vaccine, how will they be able to book an appointment?
Well, Tara, the province has told us that phase 1 of this vaccine rollout for the COVID-19 dose here will begin on October 1st. That's for all Albertans that are eligible for a free shot. Then, pending vaccine availability, we will go over to October 20th. That is when the rest of Albertans who aren't eligible for that free shot can get in for their vaccine. Now, all Albertans are encouraged to pre-book for this COVID vaccine. You can do so online up until September 30th on the online booking system. The province says they're doing that in an effort to reduce wastage, but critics, including the opposition NDP, says that the Premier's argument that this could save money really won't make sense in the long run if hospitals do end up being overwhelmed. Now, Tara, with a more comprehensive look at the vaccine rollout and for more reaction to this, you can visit our CTV Calgary website.
Okay.
Tara.
Mark, thank you. Prime Minister Mark Carney is taking a new approach in stalled trade talks with the United States, extending an olive branch of sorts. The Prime Minister announced Canada will remove retaliatory tariffs on some products that comply with the existing North American free trade deal. CTV's Abigail Meeben has more from Ottawa.
We're matching what the United States has done, what the President has done. We have the best deal of any country with the United States right now.
As of September 1st, Canada will drop counter tariffs on U.S. goods covered by CUSMA. Those have been an irritant for Trump, and the Prime Minister indicated that in their Thursday phone call, Trump said getting rid of them would kickstart negotiations. Carney saying they're now intensifying. In the Oval Office, the President now saying he wants to be very good to Canada.
He's removing his retaliatory tariffs, which I thought was nice, and we're going to have another call soon. Okay. Yeah, we had a very good call.
You're getting closer towards
I like them.
Trade?
I like them.
Carney is trying to sell this as matching the U.S., using that word multiple times since the U.S. has no tariffs on CUSMA-exempt goods. But the tariffs that remain from the U.S. on steel and aluminum are higher than Canada's.
We're not raising those today. We've matched the tariffs on autos, similar structure as the U.S. We do have a difference between our tariff on U.S. steel and our tariff on U.S. aluminum. Those are part of the intensive discussions that we're underway right now.
Ahead of the announcement, the Prime Minister brought Cabinet together in a virtual meeting, and the minister responsible for U.S. trade briefed the rest of caucus after. Carney also said the renegotiation of CUSMA could take as long as 18 months to work out. Trade experts say what happens there will be the real issue for the long term. The Prime Minister is also promising a new, quote, industrial strategy in September for all sectors hit by tariffs, mentioning autos and agriculture in particular. The Prime Minister has long talked about diversifying trade partners in the face of the U.S. trade war, and next week he heads to Germany to work on that, bringing along a handful of key ministers with him. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Now, the federal government's decision to drop some retaliatory tariffs on American products could be what helps some small businesses. That's according to the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. This comes as preliminary estimates show Canadians are spending less, which some Calgary businesses are feeling. Tyler Barrow has more.
Bring back lots of mementos.
Peggy Rayfuse owns Imagine Vintage Wear in Inglewood. She sells an assortment of secondhand clothes and accessories.
This summer they've been down for sure.
Down the street at this jewelry store, it's a similar story as people are putting off the luxury purchase.
First, they have to think about the kids, the food, before they think about anything else.
Statistics Canada says retail sales rose 1.5% to $70.2 billion in June, helped by increased spending at food and beverage retailers. However, July is looking like a different story. Preliminary estimates point to a 0.8% drop. According to the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, the federal government's decision to drop retaliatory tariffs should help some small businesses.
Small businesses have told us that Canada's retaliatory tariffs were actually the most damaging to their business, second only to the tariffs on steel and aluminum.
According to the Federation, approximately 20% of small businesses can continue to operate for only another 6 months under the current tariff environment. Their data was collected prior to Friday's announcement. One Inglewood business says they are feeling the impacts of the tariffs.
I do think the tariffs have affected it and probably lost me some sales where people were worried about what was going to happen with bigger ticket items.
The CFIB forecasts a decline in spending by consumers to continue in the months ahead. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
One business also told us they feel that the weather hasn't helped. They feel they've had less foot traffic because of so much rain this summer. Last week, we told you about the online extremism network 764 that sexually exploits kids. The group uses gaming platforms like Roblox to target vulnerable children. The developers of that game are now facing mounting criticism and a string of lawsuits over child safety concerns. Our Terry Fikowski spoke with a Calgary teen who has been targeted on that platform and believes it should be doing more to protect kids like her.
It's a wildly popular game where more than 111 million monthly users can play and create in virtual worlds. That includes a Calgary teen who joined Roblox when she was 8 years old, but now at 17 recognizes she was being preyed upon by online predators.
As soon as you join, there's like a group of them all there waiting.
CTV is not identifying the teen for her safety. She's previously been doxxed, where users shared her and her friends' personal information, flooding them with hateful messages.
Your Instagram, social media, anything like that, and and then just tell everyone to go after you.
She says she's frequently approached by older adult users who make sexual comments or try to pressure her to take drugs, but has been lucky not to fall victim.
I've known people that have committed suicide because of people harassing them over Roblox.
It's stories like that leading to lawsuits against developers, including the state of Louisiana, which sued Roblox last week, accusing it of creating an environment where predators thrive and victimize kids. The platform refutes the claims in a statement saying, "The assertion that Roblox would intentionally put our users at risk of exploitation is categorically untrue," adding it has implemented rigorous safeguards to help protect our community. But many tech experts believe developers could be doing more.
Platforms that make money off children ought to spend money on protecting children. They have a moral responsibility to have a security department that's watching for the bad stuff and shutting it down, because they can shut it down.
The Canadian Centre for Child Protection says it's seeing an increase in reports involving Roblox, with more than 130 this year alone.
This is still the tip of the iceberg. There are often very many cases that are going unreported where kids are being contacted by those that are seeking to offend against them.
Corporal Heather Bangle with Southern Alberta's Internet Child Exploitation Unit says if your kids are online, they need to know the risks.
Wherever there's kids, there's predators. It is more about educating them about how to stay safe online.
For the Calgary teen, the damage has been done, but she hopes speaking out will spark change.
I just think that Roblox really needs to change its policies and do better.
And Terry's here with us now. Okay, you reached out to Roblox, so what did they say?
Well, Tara, Roblox did not respond to our request for comment for this story. However, it has recently added some additional safety measures amid some of the backlash that's received, including a new AI system to detect predatory language in chats, in addition to some parental protection options.
Okay, so on top of those parental protection options, then what should mom and dads at home be doing?
Well, the Canadian Centre of Child Protection says you want to monitor what your child is doing. So you want to try to familiarize yourself with the platform, see who they're talking to, and set up those privacy settings, specifically around age. It stresses sharing the online risk with your kids, including the permanent impact of sharing images online, and encourage them to report anything suspicious to a trusted adult. Now, Dr. Thomas Keenan, who we just heard from in the story, warns that we're not going to out-tech kids. We need to empower them to protect themselves. And he said, so when you say to your kid that they can mow the lawn, you tell them if you stick your hand under the lawnmower while it's running, you're going to get hurt. Same thing with playing games online. There's going to be some dangers there. So, Tara, we've shared some online safety resources for parents on our CTV Calgary website.
Okay, Terry, thank you. A man was partially buried on a construction site in the deep southeast this afternoon. Luckily, he is okay. Emergency crews were called to a pit on a construction site on 52nd Street Southeast. A man who was not a worker laid down for a nap over the noon hour. Construction workers returned from their lunch break and then dumped a load of dirt. They buried him up to his torso. It took about half an hour for fire crews to dig him out. He was taken to hospital as a precaution. They estimate about half a yard of soil was dumped on the man. That can weigh more than 1,000 pounds. A man who police say crashed a stolen SUV and then took off running with a broken leg was 5 blocks away before officers nabbed him. Not only is the stolen Toyota RAV4 badly damaged, but the parked vehicle it plowed into is likely a write-off, according to its owner. It happened last night just after 8 p.m. on Niven Road Northwest. The Hawks helicopter and K9 teams were called in to track the suspect, who was arrested and is now facing charges. Bob Critch says this is the second time in over a year that his vehicle has been hit in almost the same spot.
Well, I was at home and I got a phone call, and this lady tells me, she says, "You better come downstairs, Bob." She says, "Somebody after hitting your car." So I said, "Of course, I'll be down in a couple of minutes." I come down and this is what I look into.
Now, fortunately, no one else was hurt.
You're watching CTV News Calgary.
If you're a rugby fan, the best male players in the country are in Calgary tonight. Team Canada is taking on Team USA. Our Glenn Campbell joins us from McMahon Stadium tonight. So, Glenn, what exactly is on the line here?
Tara,
both teams, players from both teams on the field right now, getting warmed up for the Pacific Nations Cup. Now, both teams want to secure a spot in the 2027 World Cup of Rugby in Australia. This game won't guarantee a spot in the World Cup, but it certainly would give the winning team a leg up. Teams competing in the annual Pacific Nations Cup include Japan, Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa. This is the first game for both the United States and Canada. Now, for tonight's game, they are only opening up the east stands, and I'm already told that there are about 11,000 tickets, or a little bit more than that, sold for tonight's game, so it should be a fantastic atmosphere. Now, of note, both Calgarians on Canada's roster will be in the starting lineup tonight, so you can bet that Ben Lesage and Matt Owaru are going to have a big contingent of family and friends at tonight's game, and we're going to hear from Matt a little later on in the show. And once again, the game gets underway in about 45 minutes time, and as you can see already, people are starting to get into the stands here at McMahon Stadium for what should be a fantastic rugby game between Canada and the United States. Tara?
Good stuff. We'll check in with you in a bit, Glenn. Thank you. Let's bring Danielle in now. You better bring your sunglasses if you're heading down there, because everyone's going to be on the sunny side of McMahon. It's going to be bright.
Oh, yes, it will be bright, and the weather will be absolutely fantastic. The other thing I would recommend bringing, and again, everybody's different, but a light jacket is something that, you know, I may need and some other people may need, for example, because there is a bit of a breeze and things are going to be cooling down fast for the evening hours. We're not quite in the hot sector of this ridge of high pressure just yet. We will be there pretty much all of next week. We'll be there, but it's going to take a bit of time before we get the heat. Right now, we're just warm. We're warm at 20. That's the temperature at the airport, and it's stable and it's quiet and a whole lot of sunshine expected for tomorrow with a high of 24. More details coming up, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Thousands of new homes have been started in Calgary in 2025. Greater availability will help with the housing crisis, but experts say that's just part of the solution. We'll explain. And a bump in funding for a wolf dog sanctuary west of Calgary. How the money is being used to support the growing pack. And if you have a news tip anytime, you can text us at 10400. Calgary leads the home for new housing starts, and increasing the housing supply is considered a major solution to address the affordability crisis in this country. But it isn't the only way. Some experts say Canadian real estate needs an overhaul. Stephanie Thomas explains.
Adrienne Power is looking to buy a new home with more space and modern finishes. But she says it's hard to decide whether to buy a new house or older renovated home.
I think it's super discouraging, to be honest, especially for what we're looking for, which is probably something that's redone. There's not a lot of older properties that have had a reno.
She's one of a growing number of people moving to Calgary from another province. She says she was priced out of Vancouver and now wants to invest here.
As a nurse, I couldn't live in Vancouver and purchase a home, so that was one of the reasons I moved out to Calgary. I knew that I could probably buy a home in some capacity out here.
Economists say in-migration is driving the need for more homes.
What we've seen is home builders step up to the plate and respond to the surge in demand coming from migration. And that's great news because we desperately need homes.
Over at Shane Homes' new Northwest community, Esker Park, 350 detached and semi-detached homes are under construction.
We are seeing massive growth in the Northwest. If you were to come up here, you would see, I call it the 144th belt. It is literally 7 new communities.
In the first half of this year, Calgary recorded the highest number of housing starts among all Canadian municipalities. By contrast, Toronto's housing starts are down 62%. This is the first time Calgary has surpassed 10,000 starts in the first half of the year. However, some experts are not convinced that adding new supply does enough to address Canada's ongoing housing crisis.
If we want houses to be affordable for the next generation, the younger generation, there needs to be a less lucrative investment for my generation and the boomers.
He says real estate in Canada is less about a place to live and is more about investment. Added taxes on secondary properties or capital gains tax and increased requirements on down payments will curb investors from gobbling up the supply of homes from people who need a home to live in. Stephanie Thomas, CTV News, Calgary.
According to the Calgary Real Estate Board, the benchmark price for a single-family home is down 2.5% in Calgary to $589,100 compared to this time last year. The province is giving a wolf dog sanctuary west of Cochrane funds to help upgrade some of its facilities. The money comes from the government's Community Enhancement Fund. $125,000 will help the Yamnuska Wolf Dog Sanctuary upgrade its day use and interpretive area. Construction is already underway, and the wolf dog pack at the sanctuary is growing.
This year, we have already carried out 2 different rescues. We rescued a pack of 10 wolf dogs in April. We just brought in 2 new wolf dogs a few weeks ago, and we have another rescue slated for later in October. So it's been a busy year.
Grants from the Community Enhancement Program have also helped pay for upgrades at the Camrose Performing Arts Centre, among other projects. Calgary Pride celebrations are getting underway in our city. The Pride flag raising ceremony at City Hall this afternoon kicks off more than a week's worth of events and gatherings leading up to next weekend's Pride Parade and Festival. Calgary Pride says about 100,000 people lined the parade route last year. Organizers say they hope to see even more people out this year amid what they feel is an increasing politicizing of issues impacting the LGBTQ community.
Society is taking a little bit of a stand back and see approach, I think, to some of the LGBTQ initiatives with rollbacks and DEI across not only the country but also all of North America. I think people are a little bit like, let's just see how this plays out before they really start to fully embrace things once again.
Calgary's Pride Parade goes Sunday, August 31st. The Pride Festival will be held on the 30th and 31st at Princess Island Park.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Let's connect with Danielle again. The heat is coming.
Oh, it is, Tara, it is. And a key thing to look at for all of this is we've had a rainy summer so far. We had the supercell that burned through parts of southern Alberta earlier this week. So it's about time that we have a calm, quiet forecast, a longer term one. Now, if you don't like the excessive heat, then the next couple of days are for you for sure, but it's going to get pretty hot by next week in all communities in southern Alberta. At this point, though, we're a little below normal, a degree or 2 below normal in the south. 20 is the temperature right now in Calgary, 22 in Brooks and Medicine Hat, 21 in Lethbridge and Milk River, and 20 in Pitcher Creek. So those lower 20s, and most communities will get to the 30s in this longer term forecast here. You can see that it's quiet in BC, it's quiet in Alberta, it's quiet in Saskatchewan other than some cloud cover, and that system has pushed all the way off into Manitoba. So what's happening now is we have this ridge of high pressure that's really encompassing BC, Alberta, and will continue to spread in through Saskatchewan as well over these next couple of days. So this is a longer term stretch where we're going to be stuck in this pattern for quite a while. This is a strong ridge of high pressure, and much like a car where the heat builds in the sun, we're going to build in our heat underneath this ridge of high pressure. So a lot of heat on the way, especially for next week. We may even see some heat warnings in place for parts of next week, and really right up until next Friday, it's going to be toasty. Okay, I'm going to show you the futurecast, although very uneventful. This plays for the rest of today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. So yes, we're going to have the stable weather. So this ridge of high pressure promotes that sinking air and that stability. Here's your action furnace 5-day forecast, and this is the most amount of sun I've put in a longer range forecast this entire summer. 24 degrees for tomorrow. Then we get into those mid-20s for Sunday. And then next week, we really are looking at temperatures from Monday to Friday. I'm going to show you that 10-day trend here just to give you the longer term indication. So by Monday, right in through Friday, we will be in those high 20s. And in some cases, we may even crack that 30-degree mark. Our best chance of that is Wednesday of next week. Then temperatures will slowly start to get back to normal by next weekend. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Police in Western New York are investigating a tragic bus crash. 5 people were killed and dozens more injured.
We have some folks that have some head injuries. We have some folks that have some extremity fractures. 2 patients are in the operating room right now. One with internal injuries that are being managed and one with a severe extremity injury. And then we have several folks still getting evaluated of lesser complexities.
The tour bus rolled over when the driver lost control on a highway. About 50 people were on board. The accident happened about 45 kilometers east of Buffalo. The bus was traveling from Niagara Falls to New York City. No other vehicles were involved. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, but mechanical failure and operator impairment have been ruled out. SpaceX has launched a secretive U.S. military craft into orbit.
Engines full power and liftoff. Go SpaceX, go USS 36.
A Falcon 9 rocket lifted off late last night, carrying the drone on its 8th mission. U.S. officials say the craft will perform a wide range of tests and experimentation objectives. The next generation technologies include laser communications and the highest performing quantum inertial sensor ever tested in space. Measles cases seem to be slowing in Alberta. That's the good news. But the bad is that doctors say it could ramp up again as soon as school starts. And she's only 19, but already finished her undergraduate degree. She had her pick of medical schools. She chose U of C. Her story is still to come. It appears the spread of measles is slowing in Alberta, but doctors say we shouldn't let our guard down. With the start of school right around the corner, the outbreak could quickly worsen. Nicole Weisberg reports.
Outside this West Edmonton Staples, families have their hands full preparing for the start of school.
We are shopping in the madness, back to school stuff.
Among the pencils, binders, and duotangs, Kleenex. The return to class can also mean the return of frequent illness.
Were you sick last year quite a bit? A lot of times.
Now is a really good time for people to start thinking about reevaluating all of their immunizations.
As Alberta deals with its worst measles outbreak in nearly half a century, this medical officer of health says ongoing spread in a school environment is a concern.
Because they are a little bit more close knit and in close proximity to one another.
Measles is one of the most highly communicable infectious diseases. It spreads through the air, and doctors say the virus can persist in a space up to 2 hours after a person who is infected has left.
It is a vaccine-preventable viral illness that can have many complications, including ear infections, pneumonia, but more of the severe things, including, delayed neurological development.
There have been nearly 1,800 measles cases in Alberta so far this year, after reaching a peak of 142 new cases the week of July 13th. Confirmed cases have slowed.
I think it's encouraging, but again, I would strongly recommend including some vigilance.
Is this a concern for you at all?
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Why is that?
They're vaccinated for it when they were little.
And with an efficacy rate of 97%, doctors say vaccination remains the best tool to stop the outbreak before it picks back up. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Calgary's best barbecue and brews are being served up for a good cause tonight. Barley and Smoke Grillin' for a Cure features 35 local restaurants and microbreweries teaming up. Tickets are $125 each to get in. There is food and beer samples, live music, games to play. The vendors compete for the best offerings, and all of the money raised goes to kids' cancer care.
I like to say it's a win-win-win. We're featuring the local community and their products, and we're featuring our amazing charity and giving the community an opportunity to support both.
That's a fun night out. Barley and Smoke is going till 9 o'clock tonight at NMAX Park, which is on the Elbow River Pathway and McDonald Avenue Southeast. Organizers are hoping to raise more than $150,000 to support kids' cancer care. Churchill, Manitoba is known for its polar bears, but that's not all. It is also known for beluga whales. And we have an up-close encounter caught on video next. Post-secondary students apply to a number of grad schools, hoping to be accepted to one of them. But a 19-year-old from Grand Prairie got a little more than she expected when she applied to 7 Canadian university medical programs. She was accepted into all 7. She ended up choosing the University of Calgary and started classes July 2nd. Kevin Fleming reports.
She's the youngest in her class of 180 students at the Cummings School of Medicine. Aura Maxwell is 19 and applied to UBC, U of A, U of C, Dalhousie, the University of Toronto, along with Western and McMaster universities. She was accepted to all of them.
I FaceTimed my mom. She was jumping around. She was screaming. I called the rest of my siblings and my dad as well. I told my friends. And it was just the most surreal feeling. I burst into tears. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be a doctor.
It's not easy getting into med school. Applicants need a grade point average of 3.90 and an undergrad degree that typically takes 4 years. Dua Fatima is in Maxwell's class and says it's a challenging process for everyone who wants to become a doctor.
But to be able to get into 7 is insane, because then that means she got into out of province schools where the margin to get in is incredibly small. It's 1 or 2 applicants sometimes in some of these schools.
Maxwell chose the U of C because she's from Alberta and likes the flexibility of the program that's similar to Queen's University, where she finished her undergrad a year early, thanks in part to her mentors.
And it's amazing just to continue to watch her journey and continue to watch her journey into the future.
But it was a sort of excited, energetic curiosity that made me think, this is someone really made for enjoying the sciences and enjoying education and learning.
Maxwell's mom is proud of what her daughter has accomplished before turning 20.
It's amazing, not just for the achievement that she's made, but the work that she's put into it, her dedication in it.
Maxwell says she fell in love with medicine at Queen's and is excited at the prospect of becoming a doctor one day. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Maxwell is now part of the largest class of med students the U of C has ever hosted. If all goes well, she and the others will graduate in 2028. That's incredibly impressive.
Wow, that's
Good
really
for her.
cool. Smart gal.
Yeah. Well, Hurricane Erin has brought a lot of rain to the U.S., and sometimes you just have to be flexible about things. Yeah, this New Jersey resident was recorded just casually kayaking down a flooded road. I mean, you have to get around, right? So you might as well be creative. You're not going to drive your car through that, so I guess if you have a kayak in the garage, you might as well head out.
And nothing phases anyone in Jersey, I
No,
find.
that's right. That's
They're
no
just
big deal for
yeah,
Jersey.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll just...
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. The storm has also churned up the oceans, of course, which makes for some pretty impressive waves. That's 21-year-old surfer Robbie Goodwin riding a huge wave off the coast of Nantucket Island, Massachusetts on Thursday. Hurricane Erin brought violent surfs to the coast of Massachusetts, prompting beach closures. But of course, many surfers just took to the shores because that's when they want to be out there.
This is the best time
swells.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, experts only out there for sure.
Absolutely. I'm sure there was more than a few people who were like, oh, I didn't see the sign. Sorry. I didn't notice.
Also, what a cool show to watch.
Yeah.
From afar.
We kind of have a water theme going here tonight. This time in Churchill, Manitoba, some high excitement for some adventurers.
Hi, keep coming. Nice spin, buddy. He's on his back.
Yeah, so this tourist took a kayaking tour in the Churchill River, which boasts a population of beluga whales. Megan Steer captured the moment that 2 whales swam around her kayak, bumping into the boat, spinning under the water. She says she actually saw tons of them during her 2-hour tour.
And she's very happy to see them, very excited.
She was thrilled.
Yeah.
She was thrilled.
I mean, I would probably be thrilled for a little bit, then I'd get a little scared.
Well, if you're paying for a beluga whale tour, you want to see beluga whales. Right. You got to know it could happen. A major deal in the oil patch today. Details on the multi-billion-dollar offer involving 2 Calgary energy companies. That's just ahead.
Okay, Skywatch weather cam, and we're headed into this stretch of sunshine. Not quite the heat just yet. I wouldn't say it's toasty and warm yet. It's warmish at 20 degrees with a light breeze, of course. But there's a lot going on in the city, outside of the city. Just to name a few, we have the rugby match at McMahon tonight, Global Fest tomorrow night, football tomorrow at McMahon. And so with all these outdoor things to do, or just, barbecue at home with the family, you have some fantastic weather to be able to enjoy any sort of outdoor events. 20 degrees is the current temperature. That's the daytime high for today. We are a couple degrees below normal. There is a bit of a cooler breeze out there as well right now, but if you like the heat, oh boy, is there some heat in store for us, especially for much of next week. 20 degrees again was a high in Calgary, 21 in Edmonton. We really have that stable weather building into BC, building into Alberta, and starting to build into Saskatchewan as well, because that ridge of high pressure is making its way in, and this is a ridge of high pressure that will stick around until next Friday. So as you can see, low 20s for much of central and southern Alberta for today. The wind's calm, some clouds off in Saskatchewan, that system way off in Manitoba, and that ridge of high pressure is really just pushing that along. Okay, your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Keep in mind, cold overnight at 7 and 10 degrees at 8 a.m. So a bit of a chilly start to the day, getting up to a high of 24 with bright skies for tomorrow in the city. Into the 30s, mid-30s for Kamloops, Kelowna 33. Edmonton and Red Deer 24, and against the quiet, calm sunshine with calm winds as well. 26 for Drumheller, 27 for Lethbridge, and 26 for Medicine Hat. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Alberta will have a two-part rollout for COVID vaccines this fall. Phase 1 starts October 1st, when vulnerable Albertans and healthcare workers can get the shot for free. But for everyone else, beginning October 20th, the cost will be $100 per dose. Prime Minister Carney announced Canada will remove tariffs on goods from the U.S. which are covered by CUSMA. It comes after a conversation with Donald Trump about kickstarting negotiations. And a man was rushed to hospital after he was partially buried on a southeast construction site today. He fell asleep in a pit and was then covered by a load of dirt. His injuries are not life-threatening. Radium Park Lodge was badly damaged by fire early this morning. Paramedics took one person to Invermere Hospital as a precaution. A reception center to help displaced guests and residents is at the Radium Hot Springs Center. Firefighters from the Regional District of East Kootenay, Columbia Valley, and Invermere all assisted the Radium Department. The cause is under investigation. Two Calgary-based energy companies are involved in a major deal today. Cenovus Energy is acquiring MEG Energy for a $7.9 billion deal. Both are leading oil sands producers, together producing more than 720,000 barrels per day. They have neighboring operations in northern Alberta. The transaction has been unanimously approved by the board of directors of both companies. It comes 2 months after MEG rejected a hostile takeover offer from Strathcona Resources. Cenovus expects the acquisition to close in the fourth quarter of 2025. As we told you earlier, new retail sales numbers are out today. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more on that and our other business headlines.
Canadian consumers were spending more in June than they did in May. Retail sales were up 1.5%. Canadians spent $70.2 billion, with the biggest increase in the food and beverages sector. In a provincial breakdown, Ontario residents spent the most, buying more vehicles and car parts. In BC, consumers were stocking up on building materials and garden equipment. Here's a look at how the trading day ended. The Canadian dollar moved up to $72.31. West Texas Intermediate slightly up, hitting $63.66. Western Canadian Select moved up over $1 to $50.60, and the TSX hit another record close today, spiking 277 points to 28,333. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
If you're looking for a new place to call home and you have a massive budget, a new listing on Vancouver Island might be just the place for you. This oceanside property in Oak Bay just hit the market for a staggering $52.5 million. It actually spans 2 lots and more than 5 acres across the street from the Victoria Golf Club. The property boasts 1,000 feet of shoreline with access to a private beach. In a sales brochure, Sotheby's suggests the lots are primed for development, be it a high-density mixed-use community, a creative new subdivision, or just an opulent personal estate. The Calgary Surge is looking for their first league title, but they have to get to the final first. They are in Winnipeg tonight to face the Sea Bears. Glenn has a preview for us next. People in Taber are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Cornfest. There is a midway, bike races, and, of course, a corn eating contest. Cornfest is the largest free family fair in Western Canada. There's a pretty big rugby game going on at McMahon Stadium tonight. Let's go back to Glenn, who is there. Glenn, the men's national team taking on the U.S. national team tonight.
Tara, Team Canada just left the field. They finished their warm-up. You can still see team players from the United States down there. Now, take a look over at the crowd over there. The east side, that's the only side of McMahon Stadium that has been opened up. I'm told over 11,000 tickets have been sold for tonight's game, and I think it's going to get a little rowdy if you know those rugby fans. The game gets underway in about 10 minutes' time. It's Canada up against the United States. Now, Canada has a couple of Calgarians in the lineup, and both of them will be in the starting lineup. We heard from Ben Lesage earlier this week. Tonight we're going to meet Matthew Oworu, who plays on the back row. Oworu was born in Calgary but moved to Zimbabwe, and that's actually where he started playing rugby. He's never actually played a game here in Calgary before, but he's really looking forward to this one because he's going to have a big section here cheering him on and cheering on Team Canada.
Feels awesome. I think I said it, I've been telling all my teammates, I never imagined doing that growing up, and like it's really just like the dream of all dreams. When I got the news, I was so excited, and I just, can't wait to play in front of my family. I'd say at least 30 people. My dad's gonna be there. My mom flew from Zimbabwe to watch the game. I have all my aunties and uncles. My sister's coming with her kids, my siblings, cousins, friends. It's like some elementary school friends. Like, it's crazy.
The game gets underway in about 10 minutes' time, and it should be a good one between Canada and the United States. All right, well, the Calgary Surge, they have been to the weekend playoff every year since they joined the CEBL. But one thing that they've never done is actually won the championship, but they're hoping to put an end to that this weekend in Winnipeg. The Surge go up against the host Sea Bears tonight. The winner of that game secures a spot in the championship final, where they will face the defending champs, the Niagara River Lions, in the final on Sunday. Winning a championship's never easy, so what is it going to take to get over that hump?
Everything. Laying it all on the line, everything. 2 games, leave it all on the line. That's all you can do. 2 games, 2 wins away. 2 wins away. As far as confidence, man, we all believe in each other. Since day one, we always pushed each other, and I think, our guys get, it's kind of contagious, and you got a few guys like Rugby and Lodi who been here, and then you see they keep encouraging you, like, hey, man, it's gonna be all right. Play through it, and keep encouraging us. So if you got some leaders like that to set the tone with that, then how can you not love that? How can you not feed into that and then dish out the same energy?
And that game just got underway in Winnipeg. Well, tomorrow night they'll switch from the rugby field to the football field as 2 of the best teams in the West go at it against each other. We're talking about the 6-3 Calgary Stampeders facing the 8-1 Saskatchewan Roughriders. The 2 teams did face each other earlier this year, with the Stamps handing the Riders their only loss of the season. Calgary won that game 24-10 on July the 12th. Derek Moncrief used to play for the Riders, and he enjoys facing his former team.
It's gonna be a great game. Exciting, hard hits, big time plays, and we're looking forward to the challenge. We can't wait. Oh, it's always sweet, man. But playing against Hall of Famers like Trevor Harris, guys like that great team right there, man. I'm very excited for the challenge.
Tomorrow night's game gets underway a little after 5 o'clock, and we are told it's going to be the biggest crowd so far at McMahon Stadium this year. Over 26,000 tickets sold for the game. Going to be exciting.
Wow, Tara? Good one. Okay, thank you, Glenn. 11,000 there tonight, Danielle. They'll probably be happy for a little bit of breeze. They're all on the sunny side.
Yeah, they're all on the sunny side. And even for the game tomorrow, I mean, that many people, and it won't be too hot, but it will be bright. I mean, perfect weather for that. This is beautiful and uneventful with regards to this long-range forecast. Sunshine, temperatures climbing, mid-20s by Sunday, high 20s for Monday through Friday of next week. Okay, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, Alberta's climate. That was the sunset last night. Kat Taylor sent this one in.
Very beautiful. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening.